Hi, y'all. Tonight, Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. Doggone if the year ain't almost over. Statute of limitation ends on 1 December 2025. If I can't get this 42 USC 1983 suit in by then, I will lose my opportunity to file it. Then Lance Jackson, badge 3060 of the Jersey City Police Department. Timothy J. Moriarty, the Bayonne Municipal Prosecutor, who maliciously prosecuted me and who misled the court, introducing a body cam, a cherry-picked body cam. See, there was a series of body cams, but he introduced a body cam as if it supported the charge for resisting arrest while withholding the exculpatory body cam, which showed that the decision to charge me with resisting arrest was made inside Liberty Savings Federal Credit Union before I even had the situation that was exhibited on the body cam that he decided to show to the court, which clearly was a body cam showing me trying to protect my property, my $1,800, by making them count it on camera because cops can't be trusted. How many people know that when cops confiscate monies, it's a high probability that what they report is not the actual amount. So anyway, then you got the Internal Affairs for Jersey City Police protecting Lance Jackson. They don't see where he did any wrong, even though they had access to the body cams, as well as the video inside the credit union. And the Hudson County Internal Affairs, they had access to the same body cams and the videos inside the credit union. And they actually told me they saw no crime. They saw no crime, but the Hudson County prosecutors presented at least the video inside the credit union. I don't know about the body cams, but at least the video inside the credit union presented that to the grand jury to try to indict me, when, point of fact, it showed I didn't do anything to be charged nor arrested. So the grand jury was wise enough to not indict me. They came back with a no true bill. But maliciously, what then happened, They maliciously remanded the case to racist Bayonne, New Jersey. Bayonne, New Jersey? Oh yeah, there's a few blacks that live there. Okay. But Bayonne, New Jersey, in the rise back in 67, 68, whatever it was, the police line was set up to make sure you didn't cross over into Bayonne. Yeah. So anyway, and I told Moriarty that it was a malicious prosecution he was pursuing. All the while he was telling me he did not have that exculpatory video from inside the credit union. No, I hadn't seen it, but I'm the one that was in it. And I knew that I had not done anything for which I should have been arrested. But anyway, so the Hudson County prosecutors are likewise defendants. And then there's the credit union, because when I went into the credit union to deposit the $1,800, leaving my dogs in the car, because I was supposed to be in and practically out. Well, while sister girl decided she didn't want to wait on me, I hadn't done nothing to her. It was she who messed up a previous transaction that I had. I was just trying to show I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Let's just get this one right. But no, her phone was more important than waiting on me. And little Negro officer that crept out of that area and went over and involved Chance, saying to him whatever he said to him, so that Chance came out, and rather than taking my deposit and handed it to either the tellers and say, do the deposit so Geoffrey can go, he offered me to take my $1,800 back out in the street. I don't even think Chance was a member, but I can't speak for sure. But I don't think he was a member in '86 when I became a member of Liberty Savings Federal Credit Union. So anyway, the credit union failed to protect me. So they're to be sued. And then Chance himself, because as the manager, like I said, simple. Give him the envelope with the deposit ticket. He gives it to the girl, or he gives it to the guy. I don't know the white guy's name. And he says, do the transaction so this member can go. Simple. But no, he didn't do that. So, when this member decided that he wanted to interject himself into the going back and forth between Chance and I No pushing and shoving. Words. And no foul words. Just words. When he interjected himself, well, Chance told him, at least he testified on the stand, that he told him not to get involved. So what does this Negropean do? He produces a badge and says he's Jersey City Police. So he pulls his authority as a Jersey City police officer. And this trumps Chance's authority as the branch manager? They charged me with defying trespass. But he defied the manager who told him not to involve himself. But, oh, that's right. Internal Affairs didn't see any crime taking place, though they did seek an indictment against me. So $7,000 pumped into an appeal of a conviction in racist Bayonne, New Jersey Municipal Court, where I was rightly found not guilty of simple assault, because I hadn't assaulted anybody, aggravated or simple. I didn't find out that the actual charge was simple assault until she was reading off her findings on January 28th, 2025. Yeah, that's how long they stretched this thing out, trying to ensure I wouldn't have time to file the necessary paperwork to do the lawsuit. See how this system works? They make up these laws and they make up these rules, so they know these rules in order to stymie you, stifle you, keep you from being able to follow through, even if you are able to successfully clear your name. I got a reconsideration hearing coming up on December 9th. Of course, December 9th is past December 1st. December 1st is the statute of limitations. Now, I have a loved one doing what the loved one can to transpose information into a document that mimics, if you will, the federal forms, because the federal court at 50 Newark Street, or Newark Street, and not Newark Street, 50 Walnut Street in Newark, New Jersey, the Martin Luther King Federal Building. They refused me ADA accommodations. Irene says, oh, she can only accommodate the hearing impaired. But the ADA from my understanding, is written so that all persons are supposed to have access to the court by means of reasonable accommodations. But calling Trenton, calling Camden, I'm ASSED out. Because I guess the federal court or U.S. district courts don't have to follow federal law. That's the country that we live in. That's the country that we live in. So, all you people that believe in this injustice system, as long as you don't get caught up in it, I guess you should keep on believing. Keep on believing. Don't stop till it's you next time. Because if you ever get caught up in it, and you don't have the financing of a billionaire, but hey, look at Diddy. All the time he spent in jail. All the time he spent in jail and had to fight his case from in jail instead of out on the bricks, that was BS. He was not facing the death sentence. Okay? So this stuff about he couldn't be free because he could intimidate people, he could intimidate people on the phone. That was hogwash. To deny him bail, they didn't follow their so-called law. But remember, their laws are not like God's laws. Their laws are applied the way they feel like applying them. That's why they can see a bulge on somebody and shoot them down at 12:32 a.m. in Jersey City because they had a bulge, and then have that stupid A Phillip get on television and tell this asinine story about it being nearly 1 o'clock, and this person supposedly sees the cops, pulls out the gun, and fires at the cops, and the cops return fire, and he, I guess as he's falling, or I don't know, maybe when he hit the ground, he said, let me reholster my gun. Well, you know, certain people will buy anything that the white man tell them. I can't stand Phillip. And none of the Jews that helped these Brooklyn Jews come over here buying up Jersey City. Who owns all these luxury apartments with these 25, 30-year abatements where they don't have to pay taxes? How many blacks own them? How many I'd be willing to bet the number corresponds with the number of fingers I'm holding up. Oh, I'm not holding up any fingers. Keep on buying into this system. Keep on putting your trust in this system. Keep on putting your belief in this system. This system that has been robbing you, us. This system that has been perpetuating a genocidal agenda towards us for forever. Again, I say the civil war that's about to take place, people who look like me should sit back and watch these poor whites who finally realize that they the new niggas. Yeah, indeed. I ain't gonna like it. But I'm sorry. I went too far afield. Please excuse that last statement of fact, of truth. Forget I said that, because I'm here to talk about I'm here to be selfish, talk about me. I keep saying I need help. I need help. They say a disbarred attorney cannot practice law. Now, I wonder if I had a friend who was a disbarred attorney and he decided to sit down with me and point out things to help me get this stuff written up and get it submitted. Or even after I get whatever I'm going to get put in there before the 1st of December, I'll still want to have a knowledgeable lawyer or attorney. I have to realize that they'll know more than I know about dealing with this corrupt system because they studied it. Even if they had to be a part of it, because they had to be a part of it in order to be a bar member. So now that they're disbarred, what is to stop them from lending me assistance in my pro se endeavor? Is there none? Is there none that has an axe to grind? For real? I don't know how to get to Ben Crump. And chances are Ben Crump wouldn't take my case because it don't pay enough. I can't get to the ACLU because they want everything submitted through a website. I can't navigate websites because I can't see. The Institute for Justice, they want stuff through a website. I can't see. All I got is TikTok and Instagram, if they allow me to post these on Instagram or TikTok. Instagram, I gotta go at least 15 minutes, it seems, in order to get it posted on the feed. TikTok, I hopefully it gets up on TikTok. I don't know how to do them threads. Oh, that's right. This is a video. I can put it on my YouTube. I just don't know how to share my YouTube. No, I'm not up with all this stuff. And I really would like to have some pleasantries to post sometime, somewheres. Man. Any thoughts, any ideas? I have to give a number because if someone makes a comment on TikTok or they make a comment on Instagram, I can't read it. I can't see it. I'm visually impaired. I can't see it. So I'm going to give a telephone number. And even though I can't stand this consumer cellular, and I somewhat want to / need to get back to T-Mobile, it still stands that T-Mobile stole over $200 from me that was on the T-Mobile money card. When they did something and then couldn't do my auto payment that was tied to the T-Mobile money card. They made moves. And I'm getting hit with something, and they got the audacity to tell me, let me see, I got a bill around here talking about I owe them some $108, probably higher than that. I don't owe them jack. I don't owe them jack. They were paid. They were paid up until I left them and went over to this lousy consumer cellular on a 2 phones for $55 that turns out to being $69 a month with the taxes and the fees. See how crooked things are? They tell you one thing and charge you something else. And yet there are no black companies that are able to set up networks directly. They can only go through these white companies. Whether it's T-Mobile, whose parent is German, or AT&T, or Verizon, who the main partners are white. It's a white corporation. I guess I could buy shares if I wanted. But there's nary a black conglomerate that has been allowed to set up a network. And I just heard of one network, Freddie something, but it runs on one of the others as a MVNO. Meaning if you are a member of that, you're supporting one of the others. That's why I didn't open up a Greenwood savings account. that was touted as being black owned, but it ain't. It ain't black owned. Sick and tired of this crap. Europeans, get out of this country and go back to Europe. You'll never do it because you can't get along. You couldn't get along then. You can't get along now. You never will get along. Everywhere you go, you spread the same thing. Everywhere you go. European. Everywhere you go. Anyway, I know I got 15 minutes in. Whether this will upload to Instagram or not, I don't know. But we'll try it. This is Geoffrey. Looking for help. So, this is the number. 505-695-2758. You can call it. If my phone doesn't ring, you can leave a message. You can text it and leave a message. Hey, it's your right. You want to curse me out, curse me out. But most of you probably wouldn't even know me if Chance Sabone had just taken the $1,800 that was in the envelope. It actually turned out it was $1,830, along with the deposit slip, and made the told the teller to make the deposit. All these years I'm a member. But I guess I ain't white enough. Chance Sabone. Or that so-called vice president that wrote me a letter banning me from the Bayonne branch because I was arrested. But I should have never been arrested. But then I wasn't white enough for her to talk to me. She never had a single word of conversation with me. And I understand it. I understand it. So any of you that want to curse me out or tell me what you think about black people, just remember, we didn't invade your land. When the Moors came up from Africa and they ruled, they taught you civilization. They taught you how to wash your behinds. They taught you, okay, just like when y'all finally got over here, we taught you how to live over here. And then your beastly nature came out. That's your history. 2 world wars. Battleground, Europe. That's your history. Russians are Europeans. Britons are Europeans. Those Khazars that Britain and the United States moved down to what's called the so-called Middle East into Palestinian territory. They're Europeans. the Palestinians in Palestine. They're Europeans. Yep. There's no Middle East people. Egypt is on the continent that they renamed, that some European renamed Africa. Okay? In fact, most of the lands that's talked about in that book they call the Bible are European lands. European and Asian. Wow. But once again, I'm going out in right field too far. So forget I even said that. 505-695-2758. I hope to get calls from somebody, meaningful calls, especially if you got a bone to pick with this system, especially if you're, like Alton Maddox. Strip that man of his privileges to ply his trade as an attorney. Why? They fabricated what they fabricated. But he did what so many white attorneys do. He represented an individual, Tawana Brawley. That's what he did. That's what he was supposed to do. And though he didn't prevail, they're going after him was not the right thing to do. It really wasn't. But now I guess most black attorneys are crapping bricks, shivering in their boots, afraid that they'll lose their livelihood because they lose their bar card. Because there is no license to practice law. You're a member of the bar or you're not. Yeah, you're a bar member, along with the judges, along with the prosecutors. Think about how fair that really is. I gotta go, y'all. December 1st. I gotta get something in before December 1st. But I am going to need help even after December 1st. 505-695-2758. Help me, help me, help me, please.